Federico here. So I wanted to share with you the latest calculator that I built. This time is exploring the amount of gas, the sort of gas usage for your DeFi protocol. So anytime you interact with a smart contract, typically a DeFi, it could be the DeFi protocol, you're essentially causing a series of computation to be done in the Ethereum blockchain to execute the smart contract. And essentially what you're going to do, you're going to pay a fraction of Ethereum to cover the cost of that computation that is done. So what you see here is essentially a calculation of this cost, which is a fixed cost. It doesn't depend on the transaction amount for the different protocols and different use cases. So what you see here at the top is the price of the unit of gas. So the unit of gas is priced in this unit of measure, so a gigawatt. Essentially, a gigawatt is a fraction of Ethereum, it's 10 to the minus 1 Ethereum. So that's the current price, it's free. The price, the average price yesterday was 1.87. And then you see here the Ethereum price in dollars, which is currently $233. And then sort of scrolling down the page, you see essentially gas consumption bucketed in different use cases. So the first sort of two buckets are exchanges use cases. And what you see is essentially a bunch of exchanges, Uniswap, Kyber Bancor. We'll try to see if it's possible to add many more. But the idea here, you see the gas consumption either in unit of gas and then in the cost in US dollars. So for this first bucket, the cost is divided into if you want to do a swap between Ethereum and a ERC20 token, or if you want to do a swap between ERC20 to ERC20. The reason why it's divided is because typically if you do a swap between ERC20 tokens, it's a more complex operation, so it tends to consume more gas. And so what we see here is, for example, a transaction with Uniswap, just changing Ethereum to ERC20, typically costs 55,000 units of gas. And at current prices, that sort of comes to about 3.8 cents of a dollar. But then also what's interesting is to see the differences between protocols. To do the same operation, for example, Kyber will consume 5 times more, so 275,000. If we look at ERC20 to ERC20, it's even more than 5 times more. So this is per se, I mean, we're talking about fraction of a dollar at current prices, but mind that this, for example, gas prices could well go to 10, 20, 30. So sort of these figures could become easily more meaningful. But also it's important, for example, if you want to do any trading activity that requires multiple purchasing and operation and transactions with a sort of maybe higher frequency, then you really need to factor in the gas cost. Then the next bucket is what if you want to provide liquidity? Here, I mean, Uniswap is the only one cover. We essentially want you could invest. And by the way, for each protocol, you can, I forgot to tell you, but you can click and you can see sort of a breakdown on the gas consumption per period of time, and also you'll see some transactions that are at the base of the calculation. So for each transaction, you can check them on Etherscan, and you're going to see essentially how much gas was consumed, and so on and so forth. So the next two buckets are for the lending protocols, and you'll see here mapped Compound and dYdX. And so the first sort of bucket for lending is really gas cost to lend, and in particular divided by if you want to deposit liquidity or if you want to withdraw liquidity. And so you see the gas and the cost in dollars. And also the last bucket is still lending, but it's for the borrowing use case. And so here you see the cost for either borrowing liquidity or then repay liquidity. And for example, here you see that, I don't know, for depositing liquidity, Compound seems to be cheaper than dYdX, but then when you want to withdraw, dYdX is sort of cheaper, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty much it. Well, as I mentioned, we are working to add new protocols so that you guys can compare what's going on and have a better feel for the gas consumption as you use your DeFi protocols, and you can keep track of how much sort of you're spending in your transaction. Have a good one. Any question, just post, write in the post, or you'll find here a link to get in touch with me directly with us. And so please do, and get in touch. Bye bye. Have a good one.